Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Dramasology podcast. In this episode, I thought I would do a review of Silent Separation, also known as My Sunshine, also known as You Are My Sunshine. This is a drama that I have rewatched a couple of times, and so it's a high rating for me because of that. If it's a drama that I can rewatch multiple times, it usually means I like the drama. And so in the case of My Sunshine, I have rewatched it quite a few times, just especially when I'm bored or like I have nothing to watch. This is a good drama to rewatch. So according to my drama list, the synopsis is this: Zhao Mo Sheng is a university student with a sunny disposition. Insert pause here. It's funny because she's really not sunny in the versions we are watching, but yeah, let's say she's sunny. But anyway, Zhao Mo Sheng is a university student with a sunny disposition. She's smart and has a positive personality. Upon their first meeting, she fell in love with He Yi Chen, one of the top students from the Faculty of Law. He Yi Chen gradually warmed up to her and they became a happy couple. One day, he abruptly breaks up with her and she is forced by her father to depart overseas without ever getting an explanation from Yi Chen. 7 years later, Zhao Mo Sheng returns home and spots him immediately in a crowded supermarket. As their paths inevitably continues to cross in the present time, details and secrets regarding their breakup and the years in between are revealed. Will the college sweethearts be able to reunite? So that's the synopsis from my drama list. On my drama list, it has a 7.9 rating, which is actually pretty bad for a drama. All right, on my drama list. Not that I pay too much attention on like the rating, but for this drama, I feel like 7.9 is quite bad. It's why given how much I like this drama. But I would like to believe that we're a niche people that like this drama. But anyway, this drama stars Tiffany Tang as Zhao Mo Sheng, who I know from really nothing before I watched this drama. Like back in 2015, when I watched this drama, I actually did not know her at all. I did not know either her or Wallace Chung, who plays He Yi Chen. So I don't have a reference of like what I knew in the past that made me want to watch this drama. Actually, I think it's a synopsis I like, in the sense that it's a lover separated trope that they are using in this drama. So that's kind of where I think my interest stems from for this drama, why I decided to watch it. Because I do love like angst of like a couple that they love each other and they're pining for one another, but for some reason, some misunderstanding, they aren't able to find their way back to each other. And so I really like that trope. Wallace Chung also has another drama, Because of Love, that is very similar to this drama. And for those that actually liked My Sunshine, you could check that out as well, because it's very similar to this in that like lover separated trope. Yeah, check that out if you really like My Sunshine as well. But anyway, yeah, so it's a trope that I enjoy, right? That lover separated, that cold male lead that really only warms up for the female kind of thing, right? And I also, oddly enough, a lot of people had troubles with the character of Zhao Mo Sheng in the modern day, like the present time. But I was actually one of those people that I did not mind her personality. Like, she grew up, she became kind of mature, in the sense of like she was very immature when she was younger. Even though I also liked her younger self, played by Janice Wu, who I love, by the way. I love her so much. She's a very different person in the adult version, right? And yeah, so moving on to other casting, you have Janice Wu, like I mentioned, who plays the young Zhao Mo Sheng. She's very cute, and I love that as a younger version. And she had great chemistry with her co-star Lo Yun-shi, who also fantastic He Yi Chen in this drama. And I haven't watched their second drama that they've done together that just came out, but they had really good chemistry as the younger version, and it really just solidified why this drama is really excellent, to me at least. So my first thought watching this drama was that it was actually very slow. Like, it's a very slow melodrama. There isn't much going on. And for those who know the writer of this story, it's Guman. And she's like, our stories all have this kind of idea to it of like, it's very low effort. Well, not low effort, but there's not much going on really. There's no real event happening, right? It's kind of like a day-to-day slice of life kind of drama and like kind of storytelling that she writes, right? And so Silent Separation has that feel of just like mellow day-to-day slice of life kind of drama, which I really love. Slice of life is perhaps my favorite genre as a whole, even more than say action, which I also really enjoy, right? But so you're not getting a lot of action in that sense, not a lot of event happening, but somehow it still works if you like just those like simple story, right? And so as somebody that also read the book, I was happy with this like adaptation. It was very good to me, mainly because it was really about the main couple working through their differences and misunderstanding and really lack of communication that kind of broke down their relationship at a very critical time, right? So it's that moment where she misunderstands the relationship. Oh, I mean, He Yi Chen's sister, quote unquote, makes her misunderstand the relationship between them, right? And so, the young Zhao Mo Sheng that's so in love with He Yi Chen, she goes to him and she tells him that like, oh, and even before she can see anything, he's like, I don't want to ever see you again. Because it's also at that, moment with her dad. And so in that moment, she took the nuclear option and just left, right? And what would have seemed like a normal fight ended up becoming a bigger thing that broke them up for 7 years, basically, right? They were apart for 7 years and they had this whole life experience, this growing up that turned Zhao Mo Sheng into like an introvert and really kind of actually in a way made their communication even more difficult, because at this point Zhao Mo Sheng is such a different person that it's really difficult, and it's really with the help of He Yi Chen, where in the past, like when they were younger, it was really Zhao Mo Sheng that was pushing the relationship. And so I could see why she was kind of immediately resigned when he said, I don't want to ever see you again, right? But basically in the 7 years later in the future with Wallace Chung and Tiffany Tang, it's him that has to be like the pusher in their relationship. It's him that has to like work hard. Not that she's not doing anything, but it's really his efforts that kind of push them back to where they used to be, right? Even though he's not doing it in the right way, they are still not communicating. It's still all his effort, whereas before it was all her effort. And so you could see how he had come to fall in love with her so deeply, because I guess she just like opened the door into his heart and like she just stuck herself there, right? And so he could never fall in love with anybody else, right? And that's really that thing that I really like of like true love theme, even though they are not communicating and they really should. And honestly, a relationship does not survive if you don't communicate, right? Misunderstandings will always occur, and so communication is key, guys. It's very key in relationship. Then just to talk a little bit about their chemistry in this drama, right? It's really, really good, and it's so well done that I think that's part of the reason why this drama holds a special place in my heart. The younger version especially had such a good chemistry. It was ridiculous how well Janice Wu and Yunshi acted. Like, they were so good that it really sold this drama for me very early on, right? And then you had Wallace Chung and Tiffany Tang. They also had great chemistry. I wouldn't say as much as their younger version did, but it was still I won't say muted chemistry. That's the best thing I can use to explain it. It was a chemistry that because you could tell they were pining over each other. Because there wasn't a lot of kissings or anything, right? It was just brooding looks and longing looks and those kinds of looks that there wasn't a lot of kisses and stuff like that. But still they really showcased that longing, that wish to be in each other's life and to be with each other, right? And so the chemistry in this was really, really fantastic. I especially liked the one scene, and I'll talk about this later when I talk about the story in this drama. I especially like the one scene where, because they've basically been living this life, right? They'd met each other again, gotten married, and were living together, but they were still not communicating. There was a moment where Mo Sheng had to, go to Hong Kong, I think, or something like that. And she's packing, and that's when He Yi Chen walks in and he sees her luggage, and I think he thinks she's leaving him again. You see him really lose control, and even though that's technically assault, there's still a sense of, you can see the vulnerability of why he lost his mind, and he was so scared that why is she leaving me again, because they had still not communicated to the point where they were comfortable and they were confident in each other and they trusted each other, which was a problem. And so he loses control and he like attacks her and like kisses her and everything, and she kind of just lets him. And even after he calms down, she holds his hand, and I think she just lets him like be. And it was really sweet because she also understood where he was coming from, and I really like that. So that was like the culmination of their moments, where after that moment they really started to really communicate with one another and try to talk, actually communicate, right? And clear misunderstandings and clear issues that were between them. And that's really when their relationship kind of got better, right? But is that initial climax, that was like the climax in this for me, and the chemistry in that scene was just fantastic. It was so good and so well done. And so that brings me really to the story in this. Like I said, I really enjoyed the overall story. I enjoyed the overall plot they are trying to go with this, right? The premise of this like lovers reunited thing, right? These lovers that they are really pining for one another, right? And so this drama does a really good job in showing you the like flashbacks to when they were younger and integrating that in the future era. It was a little jarring for some people, not really me, because I do like the fact that Zhao Mo Sheng is a quiet person in the present time. But it was jarring to some people that she was so different from when she was younger. She was kind of mellow, she was kind of pitiful, kind of seemed depressed, really honestly, in the present time. Whereas when she was a lot younger, she was so light, she was so fun, so cheery. And honestly, you could be like, okay, that's really why He Yi Chen fell in love with her. She kind of gave you no room to like disagree, right? And so seeing her in the future times, there is that sense of like, why is she so different? It's not as nice that she's so different, but I actually liked it. People grow and people change, and your experiences kind of make you who you are. And in the case of Zhao Mo Sheng, she lost her dad right after she left to go abroad, and so there's a sense of that like loss and that pain that she's also going through with the loss of her dad. And so I can understand why she had changed to be a completely different person. That even though He Yi Chen has always been like that, she hasn't always been like that. So yeah, I can understand how that could be jarring, but I could understand her point of view and why she grew to be that kind of person. I dare say that I even think it's good writing in that sense, right? Because it actually makes little sense that all that will happen to her and she will just be okay, right? And that's the same reason why I liked the drama Here to Hard, right? It's the same kind of like people that were very, very sunny when they're younger, and they change and they turn into like this mellow, and they temper down, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? And also because Chinese dramas, like female leads tend to be overhyped, like they tend to have too much energy, they are hyperactive. If you said, okay, what is a typical Chinese female lead character in a drama, they are usually very quirky, very loud, like those kinds of people that you're like, how is this a person that's like 25 or 30? Like, this person is making no sense. So having a character that was kind of just mellow in that sense, I thought was a very good change. Then another thing I liked regarding the story was that even though yes, this relationship was about Zhao Mo Sheng and He Yi Chen, they feature other people that were hurt by the decision of Zhao Mo Sheng in this. So yes, He Yi Chen is the biggest one that lost something, because Zhao Mo Sheng just like packed up and left, right? But she had a best friend, right, that was Xiao, right, when she was younger, right? And this is the girl that turns into like the big star, right? And she also heard that her friend, right? And I like the fact that they added those elements into it that did not make it seem like it was all about just the two of them, right? She made a very selfish decision to just pack up and leave without saying anything, right? It was a very selfish decision, and I like the fact that they put that in, and also that they don't just make her friend kind of a foil to her. No, they show that yes, her friend was hurt by her decision, her friend was pissed, and she wasn't just quick to accept her back, right? They show all that. And I think that was also a very good point in this drama, right? The relationship between the secondary couple wasn't as interesting to me. I wasn't as sold. It was okay. and they were kind of the comic relief in this, but I was so focused on Zhao Mo Sheng and He Yi Chen that there was really no space in my mind for any other thing. And so yeah, I think the reason why I rewatched this drama so much is because I think I just like the fact that it ended as a happy ending. Like they actually went through the whole process of like they met again, fought again, like got married. Like they did everything and it progressed quite well. There wasn't too much filler episodes in that sense. I really enjoyed every episode actually. And they actually got their happy ending. That was very important to me because a drama that I rewatch has to have a happy ending. I can't watch a drama that has a tragedy at the end, right? And so having them go through all that, kind of find each other again, kind of grow to actually communicate, trust one another, right? It was very good. People will say, I've heard this argument that there's a sense of she's so different because again, like Zhao Mo Sheng had changed completely that we're not even sure why they still like each other. But again, I think it's that sense of like they've just become each other's like one true love kind of true. Like they just have no room to see other people. I remember watching a drama where somebody like the male lead made a comment that said something like, let's just get married because like it's too much work to try and date someone else, something like that. So I think it's something kind of like that, in that they've got to the point where they just can't see anybody else except each other, and that's so cute, and I really like that. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why this drama is such a rewatch for me. I'll watch a drama with a piney male lead any day. Another thing that makes the drama worth it for me is the OST. Really just that one OST, You Are My Sunshine. I don't know who sang it. I actually don't know anything about it, but it's like it brings back memories for me. There's just something about that song that's so good and goes so well with this like drama that it just sets the tone for me, and I really, really love it. And so, yeah, that's another thing about this drama. The OST was fantastic. This is the one I remember well. Was so good, and I really love it. So, yeah, great OST. I do believe when this drama first came out, it was popular. Like, it was popular enough that they made a movie. I don't know if they made the movie because the drama was popular or if it was like a thing where they were like, yeah, they will make both a drama and a movie adaptation. But yeah, there's a movie of this, if you don't know that stars Yang Mi. So it was also a good one, but obviously not as good as this. So yeah, that's really my review of Silent Separation, also called My Sunshine, also called You Are My Sunshine, which is a 2015 Chinese drama. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good one, and it's still one of my favorites till this day. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.